Welcome back to CypCast. It's just me today for this little short episode. Cypnos or Charlie. Um, I just wanted to take a moment to explain what the fuck this actually is. It has been in the works since I'm daring to say November 2020 is when me and the other guys came up with the idea of doing a podcast. Sam was saying like, "Oh, I've had the idea of doing a podcast for a little bit now." And November 2020, I think, is when we sort of started to plan out the podcast. So we're aiming right now. We're doing about one every other day. However, that's not gonna last. It won't be one every other day. It'll be. I'm aiming for maybe 3 a week, if I can. So we've got me being Cypnos. We got Sam being SJPP12. We got Taylor being TGC14. We got Chris or Bush, which we had in the first episode along with Sam. We have James, who will come on for another episode hopefully in the future. And as of now, that is it. I will be on every episode, of course. Sam will be on nearly every episode, I should think. And then Taylor will be on most episodes. We obviously have other commitments in life, such as education, jobs, and all that. So, obviously, we can't always be on the podcast, but I'll always be on it. And I think most times we'll have Sam, and a lot of the time we'll have Taylor. So it'll be me, Sam, and Taylor most times. And then we'll have, obviously, the occasional guests. And we'll have the occasional friends on. So we'll talk about, we'll talk about just about anything. As you know, in the first episode, we had Chris on. Sorry about clearing my throat, by the way. I do that a lot. We had Chris on, who we talked to him about his PC and his music and everything. And then the last episode was the Super League, where we had James on. James is a good friend of all of ours. Went to school with him and everything. Very good friend of ours. So that's basically the plan, to just do these hopefully 3 times a week, if not more. Do go ahead and follow me on Twitter at Cypnos for updates on the podcast. If, for example, we would post one day. For example, if we set our schedule that we'll post on a Friday, and then we're like, we can't post this Friday for whatever reason, that'll go on my Twitter. And that is, to be honest, just about it. So we got me being Cypnos, then Sam being SJPP12, Taylor TGC14. Those are going to be your 3 main hosts. I will be on every episode. Sam will be joining me on 99% of them, and then Taylor will be joining me and Sam on the majority of them. Not every single one, though, because he's got a lot of commitments. That is pretty much it. We're going to have the occasional guest and the occasional friend on to talk to them about whatever we want to talk to them about, I guess. And honestly, that is it for this episode. So I'll see you with, hopefully, Sam and Taylor and maybe some others in the next episode, which will be very, very soon, hopefully. Within a day, even. So, a very short episode, but you know what? I did want to do an intro one. The first one that we did was supposed to be an intro one, but it turned into an interview with Chris. I said in the podcast it wasn't an interview, but it turned into a talk with Chris. So this is the intro, just telling you what CypCast is, telling you the story behind it. We're going to do this for the foreseeable future, see how it goes, and see what comes of it, I guess. So yeah, that is that. See you all in the next episode, hopefully. And yeah. Goodbye.